recording. That's how we're starting today's episode. Okay, great. Brilliant. Okay, well, I'll start this one off again. You know, I'm feeling the spotlight. Welcome back to the Media Illiterates podcast. Again, I am Anna. This is Justin, if you are new here. As you can see from the title today's episode, we are going to be talking about the Christopher Nolan Batman trilogy. If you saw, or if you're new here, we did do a review of The Odyssey recently. We had many thoughts. Not a lot of them were good, but we thought, hey, why don't we? Because again, if you're new to the podcast, a lot of the episodes we do are movies that somehow I have not seen because I've been living under a rock for 25 years. So, so for the Batman movies, I had not seen these. I'd seen bits of the original series from the 60s, which, if you know, you know, hilariously ridiculous. But in terms of like the more serious stuff, I guess. I had not seen any of it. So
we watched Batman Forever.
We did. We did watch the Tim Burton one around Christmas because it's a Christmas movie.
Because it's a Christmas movie.
Yeah. So yeah, we did that, and now I have seen the Christopher Nolan Batman movies. Christian Bale, of course. Transferring many elements.
I don't mean to cut in, but I don't mean to cut you off, by the way, but I just think the audience should know that there's probably going to be some controversial opinions thrown around.
Mainly by me.
In this.
These movies made me big mad. And we're going to go into that. So, yeah, obviously, the Christopher Nolan Batman trilogy. Just I'd already said the name of the actor. I fucking forgot his name already. This is a great name.
It's a star-studded cast in all the movies.
It is. To be fair, it is.
Yes. We've had Liam Neeson. We've had
Sirius Black.
Gary Oldman.
Who I refused to call by his actual name. I just said he was Sirius Black throughout the entirety of all the three films.
Yes, she kept hammering that.
Listen, it's the only role apart from this now that I've seen him in. So every single time I see him on screen, I'm like, oh my god, it's Sirius Black. And
we'll definitely be covering a few more films that he's in, because he's been in some pretty iconic films over the years. But
definitely,
who else have we had in these movies? We've had Heath Ledger. We've had, what is it? Sandra Bullock was her name.
Sandra
is that her?
Bullock?
Who's the one from Devil's Wears Prada?
Anne Hathaway.
Anne Hathaway.
Oh dear God, Sandra Bullock. Oh dear.
I don't freaking know. I don't know these people.
Oh, what my goodness.
Anne Hathaway. We've had Tom Hardy. It's been Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
When was Tom Hardy in it?
Tom Hardy was Bane.
Oh, well, I can't tell with the mask, you know. Was I him doing the voice? Surely not.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, that was him.
Okay, Tom Hardy. He went from that to Venom. Okay, great.
I know, yeah. I mean, he's actually done some great movies, to be fair.
Yeah, yeah. I didn't know.
Those were when he was younger, though, to be honest.
Well, yeah, true. He had the guy from the Peaky Blinders. He was in it.
Yeah, Cillian Murphy. We already mentioned him.
Oh right, I didn't. He did just. He's such a baby.
He shows up in all three of them, actually.
He does. He does. He is a recurring character in all of them, and we appreciate it.
So it's a star-studded cast all the way through. It's very high level. Got Michael Caine. How could we forget Michael Caine and Morgan Freeman?
Of course, the legend. The absolute legend. Playing Alfred, of course.
And we had Katie Holmes in the first one as Rachel, and then we had...
Not that I really gave a shit about her character. We'll get into that. So I'm like...
and we had... what's her name? Gyllenhaal. Oh, fucking... What's his face's sister?
Jake Gyllenhaal's sister?
Yeah, Jake Gyllenhaal's sister, but I can't remember her name right now.
Well, I can't either.
She was in the second one anyway. She was in the second one.
Again, I could not give two fucks, but we're here. So they were in it anyway.
So I think I think like just to talk briefly about before we get into the films in detail, just to talk brief and obviously we're going to get into spoilers. If you haven't already seen these movies, then
why did you click on this
what
video?
Are you,
what are you doing?
Yeah, what are you even
Get
doing?
out.
Like
Go,
they've been out for like well over 10 years
yeah.
at this point. But I just want to remark
almost
on
20 years. The first one came out in like 2008. So.
Oh yeah, shit, yeah, of course. But anyway, so I just want to talk about some of the technical stuff. So I just want to mention cinematography, acting,
as always,
lighting, all that kind of stuff. So basically, I want to say cinematography pretty banging in these movies.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Lots of like really cool shots, like brilliant shots of cities. A lot of everything's done practically with like without CGI, and that kind of really adds to it. There's the action scenes are a bit shaky. We'll get into that when we actually talk about the film a bit as we go on. But the action scenes are. I haven't watched these movies for a while. Yeah, I haven't watched them for a while, and coming back to them now, and I'm watching them with a critical lens because I knew we were going to do this. I've been looking at them in a slightly different way when I'm watching them, not just watching them for entertainment purposes. I was like, okay, what's going on here? I need to pick this apart a little bit more and actually put more of a critical lens on. And since I've done that, I've definitely picked a lot more holes in it. And the action scenes are one of the holes. There is like some issues I have with some of these action scenes.
Hole mention.
And one of the main, and one of the main issues is the editing. So the editing is just a bit too choppy, too fast. It's one of the major problems I have with most action scenes is that there's just too much editing. You can't see what's going on, basically.
Yeah, it's a criticism we have of a lot of the Marvel movies as well, with like the crazy choppy scenes, and I noticed that a few times as well. But I think because the Marvel movies maybe desensitized me to it a little bit, maybe it didn't clock as hard as it would have done.
I will say I've seen much worse. You can still follow what's going on in the action scenes because they do still edit, even though there's a lot of edits. You can still kind of clearly, they're clearly moving to something next, right? So it's not too bad. But I will say, like for me, it's just I prefer action scenes that have long choreographed moments that are impressive to view. These are like the best action scenes you can get, and we will watch some like kung fu movies and some of the better action movies out there eventually on this podcast and cover those. So you will get an idea eventually of like what a good action scene should really look like. But yeah, I had a bit of a problem with those, but overall, like I would say, like in the technical realms, like when it comes to costumes, when it comes to the lighting and all that stuff, I'd say it's pretty high. Like it's pretty high. Like you can't fault it too much. Like the Joker outfits, the way the Joker looks and everything is just absolutely iconic. Alfred looks like Alfred. It's just everything looks as it should. It's not too overly stylized, but it's also everyone's got their own look as well. Like so, yeah, I don't know. It's just very well shot. Acting is fantastic all the way through, even in the movies, and one movie in particular that is very bad. but even throughout that, the acting is always top notch. Like yeah. And there is a consistency throughout them all as well, in that they're all like, kind of shot and got the same kind of lighting and stuff, so they all feel very consistent in the way that they're made, like just generally speaking, just from like a technical point of view. So, but I think that's everything we need to say about that. I don't think we need to go into too much detail with that because it's not like breaking ground or anything. It's not like they're not doing like some new stuff with it. Although I will say with Batman Begins, there were some interesting decisions, like some very interesting, weird, trippy things they were doing with
effects and stuff,
which were very cool. But other than that, it was pretty standard to the films. It was just very high quality, I suppose, is the best way to put it. But unfortunately, not all the movies as an entire product in terms of the story that they were telling were complete or high quality necessarily.
True.
And we're going to move into the movies now, start talking about those in more detail. But I'll let you kind of start off with some of these because I think you've got some very interesting, and because these are the first time you've seen these, really.
Yeah.
So you're like an outsider. Like most people when they talk about these movies, it's kind of like this is the holy grail of superhero movies,
because
right?
most people would have watched them when they came out, like all on the hype train kind of thing. Whereas I was just not that. I mean, I remember them coming out because I remember seeing the posters for them in the cinema when I'd go and see whatever kids movie I was seeing at the time because I was a child. But so I remember the posters, but like I obviously didn't see them and have not seen them until the last few days. So I was completely just like new to everything. Obviously, I'd heard things about, especially about Heath Ledger's performance as the Joker, obviously because that's talked about, and you know that there was obviously like the last thing he did before he died, really. So obviously it's like a bit of a time capsule in that way. But yeah, apart from that, I was coming into this completely all new, and even with Dark Knight, like my expectations were a little bit disappointed. I don't, but we will get into it. So yeah, Batman Begins, I would say out of the three of them, is the most solid, like is the best out of the three. They start out really, really strong, and they slowly descend into madness. So that's kind of the way that I see it. So Batman Begins, very, very good as an origin story. And I said this actually once we finished watching Dark Knight, was that if they hadn't set up that moment at the end with the Joker card, that could have just very well been a standalone Batman movie. They didn't need to do the trilogy. Like they could have just had that, and they would have been fine. However, obviously, because everything is a trilogy, they decided to do three, and which fine. One of the best things that we actually touched on a couple of minutes ago was the effects that they used in Batman Begins. The Scarecrow mind trippy stuff. Very good, and I feel like out of all of the villains that we have in all the movies, and Heath Ledger's Joker was very good, but in terms of consistent storyline, made sense, also creepy, the Scarecrow, especially in Batman Begins, was what was the strongest in my opinion.
Sure.
So yeah, that was kind of my highlighted points on the first one. Then we move into Dark Knight, and yeah, my expectations going into this would be like, oh my god, this is going to be the best thing I've ever seen because everyone says that it is the best thing since sliced bread because of Heath Ledger's Joker. And I said this when we were watching, I was like, Heath Ledger carried that movie. It's not that, again, everyone else was a very good actor, that was all fine, but in terms of the storyline and even like some of the like there's quite a lot of plot holes even in the Joker's kind of storyline, and the way he's just like randomly popping up doing mad shit, and you're like, how on earth did he manage to pull that off? It just doesn't really like you're left wondering, which takes you out of it a little bit, which it shouldn't be doing, which Batman Begins didn't do. But again, performance was amazing. It was very sad what happened to him post this movie and everything, and the way it affected him, obviously, but like other than that, like it wasn't the best. As I say, I was so like yeah.
Let's kind of leave it there for a second, because I feel like Batman, The Dark Knight Rises needs its own section.
Okay, yeah.
Because
it's that trash.
Batman Begins, because when it comes to Batman Begins and The Dark Knight, I've always felt I always really liked Batman Begins, but then I really liked The Dark Knight. But I always feel like Dark Knight is better. And I think the consensus online and in the world in general is that as well. You actually have the minority opinion that
I don't agree with you.
Yeah, it's the best one. there's actually a lot of people who think that the third one is like a masterpiece, which is insane to me.
Those are the
but
same
okay.
people who thought fucking Twin Peaks: The Return was a masterpiece. They don't. We don't listen to those opinions. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, we might cover that on this channel because
We
that
might.
is also quite controversial. We probably have a
Yeah.
very controversial stance on that. But
And that we
anyway,
loathed that series with the new
yeah,
series
yeah.
of Twin Peaks with all of our might. But yeah.
But anyway, the point being here though is that you through some of the ways you were looking at this movie because you are kind of an outsider, you did make me stop and start looking at it in a slightly different way. So like Batman Begins, I had to start considering like the differences between that movie and The Dark Knight, and when I did, there is definitely like huge inconsistencies in between the two of them. So like in Batman Begins, you like you say, you have this very complete story basically where there's drugs coming into the city and it's all kind of under the guise of Ra's al Ghul. Ra's al Ghul ties into Batman as a character because he trained him up, and
he was trained in the Force by Qui-Gon Jinn. He's the new
basically, yeah. And like, so there's like this interweaving narrative that all kind of comes back on itself towards the end of the movie, where Ra's al Ghul comes back and he's stolen some Wayne Enterprise bullshit that's going to blow up all the water supply. The water supply's got drugs in it that's come from the Scarecrow, that's come from the mob, and Batman's fucked over the mob, and there's all this kind of shit, right? And but it all works. There's a lot of moving parts, but it's not too much. It's just crammed in enough that like everything kind of works and has its place. And the villains all have enough room to be where they need to be and have their time on the screen and stuff.
Yeah.
But and like you say, when you get to the end, it could just be its own thing. You don't necessarily need a sequel to this. It is just like it takes down the bad guys. Now we've got Batman. That's the end, right?
Yeah,
like you just have that.
They didn't need to milk it, but they did.
and you're not thrown out of it in the sense that you know the drugs are coming from the mob. So like you don't need to think about that too much. You don't have to go like, hey, well, how did they do that? Well, you just think, well, the mob have connections to other people. They've got them, shipped them in here, and then that's
it was
how
spelled out
drugs.
Quite clearly to the point where you didn't.
Yeah,
you weren't left guessing and trying to fill in gaps.
It's not ruining. Yeah, you're not ruining your immersion like with that. Yeah. And the Scarecrow, he's doing stuff in this, in Arkham Asylum that is raising some eyebrows. He's not just getting away with it. Like the DA are coming after him. Like he's starting to realize that people are breathing down his neck, and that like he's not going to be able to hide what he's doing all the whole time. So he realizes that he's looking suspicious and stuff. He's not just doing stuff and there's no consequence like at all. Like there is just like he is still within the world and there's consequences to things that he's doing. So that is another way that he is different to say Joker, where it seems like he can just like pop in and out and just it doesn't matter what he does. Like he's just
pop
always
up in any scenario, and it's like, how do you get past security? You know, it's all these things. It's just like. This isn't quite, Heath Ledger did a really good performance, mate, but the plot is not doing you any favours.
And it's the same thing with what's his face with Ra's al Ghul, because with him, he has a little bit of thing like the Joker where he can kind of just kind of appear.
He lives on in the Force.
But also, in the third one he just shows up again, but as a ghost, as a Force ghost. But anyway, the point being, is that you don't get thrown out of it as much because he's a fucking ninja or whatever the fuck, right? So it's like it's not as crazy to be like, oh, so this is why he shows up now because
he's literally a Jedi. He's a Jedi
ninja shit. So it's like kind of whatever, right?
Yeah.
So and it's just not as egregious. It's just not as egregious in that. So when it comes to immersion, Batman Begins is definitely the best, and it's the most comprehensively made.
Exactly.
For sure.
So glad we can agree on this.
And then the second one, for me, the reason why I can look past the flaws, and there is actually a lot more flaws than you would think, or at least the way it's spoken about online. People talk about it like it's a perfect movie, but it's actually very flawed in like many ways, which we'll get into in just a second.
Yeah.
But the reason why I still think it is better than Batman Begins is because I think the themes and the ideas and the characterization of those through the different characters like Harvey Dent, Joker, and Batman, as these and even Gordon as well, are all Commissioner Gordon. They all coalesce to tell a story about society in a way and stuff like that. I think is so strong and so well done and so well communicated that it kind of supersedes some of the more immersion breaking elements to it.
Some of them, emphasis on some of them, because yes, that is a big theme throughout everything, which I personally did really appreciate. But I feel like it's again best communicated in the first one, because you sort of, at least for me, maybe this is for me, but like if there are too many things that are kind of taking me out of the world, because like that's the part, and like that's the theme that's gonna get me like excited about this movie. And if there's too many things that are taking like are distracting me from that, then I kind of forget that that's what we're doing, and then my brain's just focusing on this is bullshit. So you know, it's one of those things. You know, again, like I feel like Batman Begins did that in the best way because it was the most consistent. And the third one was just fuck ass as hell.
Yeah,
and that got like that theme got lost so much in the third movie, where it was, you know, like they really did really well in the first one, got slightly confused in the second one, and the third one can just fuck off. Like, you know, that's the way I see it.
Well, I don't even know if the themes of Batman really came through in the third one. Like, so in the second one, the first one, the similar themes are there that are in the second one, but to me, I don't think they are as well communicated as they are in the second one. I think the elements of the Joker basically being like the part of society that wants to just kind of destroy itself, implode, just for the sake of seeing something, experiencing something, or whatever, like just for the hell of it. Or like he says in the movie, is just to kind of show people how pathetic their idea or how fragile society can be just by throwing a wrench in the works or whatever.
Literally.
And then you've got Gordon who kind of
he is the
Gordon who kind of yeah, literally. And then it's Gordon who kind of represents the traditional institutions. And so does Harvey Dent to an extent, but how traditional institutions become corrupted, I suppose, in a way, and then they can be twisted and turned on their head when they are pushed to the limit. Like certain people can be pushed to the limit. They try and be good, but they can be given the right circumstances, they can break down, which is something that Joker even talks about. Is that can happen to people, and then Harvey Dent is like the epitome of that. And then Batman is Joker wants to do to Batman what he did to Harvey Dent, but realizes he can't, and he kind of likes that. He likes being able to play off. Like Batman kind of represents not the system, but justice as a concept that kind of goes outside the bounds of the traditional systems. And all these things are kind of interplaying and stuff. And I think, and what they represent is just very interesting and very like cool, like how, like some of the things they say, the script, like some of the things they say and what they represent and all this kind of stuff. I think it does go quite deep for me. So even when Joker is just showing up with guys doing stuff,
doing random shit,
and magically being exactly where he needs to be at all times and knowing things, like
there was a point where he pulls up to that party and I'm like, oh my god, he brought Slipknot. And with all these cronies.
But it's just because you made me realize, like with Joker, like you have to think to yourself, like, how is he actually doing any of this shit?
Literally.
Because like he'll show up to the gangster meeting. How did he know all the gangsters were going to be there? Like what was that? Literally. He just swans in. Nobody's stopping him. nobody just fucking shoots him or whatever the fuck. Like, he just comes in. He even kills one of their guys, and like they don't do
they
anything
don't all
about
of a
it.
sudden jump him, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. Like,
so
what is
weird.
happening? I guess he does turn around and has that fucking grenade thing. But
yeah,
like,
he has like a bunch of grenades in his jacket, I suppose. But, yeah.
But it's still like, what if they did just go after him or start trying to shoot him and he just pulls it? That's the movie over, isn't it? It's
I
like,
know, literally.
it's just, I don't know. There's also though, like, there's bits where they're moving that guy through town and he just shows up. He has a lorry with a bunch of guys in it, and like the beginning of the movie where they do that bank heist and like they all know that they're gonna kill the other one. So how did no one else figure out, like, oh, we're all gonna kill each other? Like, what?
Yeah.
How did nobody figure this out? It's like really stupid. But then it's but then there's like and then there's all buses at the end. He pulls out, and they're just all these school buses. Like, everything's just really convenient for the Joker, like, all the time. Like, he's just like insanely just master planning it all. But like, it's just clearly like that would just never really happen.
Yeah.
It does, like, when you stop to think about it, it does start to like not make sense. And then he even kills people, his people that work underneath him. So it makes you think, like, why does anybody want to work for this guy?
Yeah, literally.
He just fucking, like, you know what I mean? Like, if he's just going to kill you on a whim, why would you even chance working with him? Like, it's just... So how he gets henchmen and cronies, I don't know. And he got that $68 million and just burnt it all.
Yeah.
So he's not paying them.
Fucking massive.
He's not paying them anything.
And he's like, fuck this, it means nothing, and just burns it all up. Like, what? that scene was weird to me. So weird.
It also show that, like, he's driven by other things than money, right? Like, that's
that was the point of the scene, but it just was so bizarre.
But I just mean to say, though, that like, when you stop to think about it, though, like, that he doesn't have any money, so how is he's not paying these guys to come along with him.
No.
So he kills them all the time and does whatever, doesn't care about them, lets them all die and shit, like in whatever altercation they get into.
Yeah. For free!
And yeah, and they're just doing it for free. Like, what? How does this work? This is like a major problem. Like, this is like a huge problem for this character if you really think about it. Like,
they're working for exposure. That's what they're doing.
Yeah. The bit with the boats at the end where he's rigged the boats with bombs and stuff. It's like, these boats, right? When you get on a fucking boat to go on a ferry or whatever, the people check the boats and stuff before they go out. They always check them before every voyage
to make sure there's no fucking Joker terrorist on there. You know.
Well, it's not even that. It's just in general for like safety reasons and whatever the fuck, right? They'll be all like, check the engines, check this, check that before we go off, because once we're on the water, we're gonna be fucked, right?
If we're literally.
So they have to check everything before they leave. So, but you're also going to tell me they've got like shitloads of explosives in like the cargo area, and nobody fucking saw that. And how did they even get it on in the first place? It must have taken ages to do that.
Exactly.
And then they also rigged up a fucking microphone thing where he took over the tannoy with his own little signal thing. Like, somebody must have come on and done that. Like, and it's right in the main area. It's like in the main area where everyone's sitting. Like, what? How is that even possible? It's not like, there is like, when you stop to think about it, this is stupid. Like, this is genuinely stupid shit. Like,
let me just pause for a second.
What, are we recording now again?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. Sorry, we just had a little brief interruption there, but yeah. So basically, just when you stop to think about what the Joker gets up to in this movie, there is just a lot of what the fuck kind of shit. If you really stop to think about it, there is a lot of it. And like, you know, there's also bits like where, you know, the Batman flips that lorry that they're in when using those cables, and the crash is like so bad. You're just like, how is anyone surviving that? Like, seriously. Like, it's like, there's just no way. And he just fucking stumbles out and he's like, oh,
I know.
Don't worry about me. So yeah, I don't know. It's just even though with all that, right? Even with all that, I still struggle to not find it better, just because there's certainly some glaring problems there that can break immersion once you stop to think about it. But I think because I get so involved with the characters and what they're doing and what they're trying to achieve, and just all the moving parts. It's like, to be honest, for me, it's pretty easy to forget about that stuff. It's pretty easy for me to go like, I don't know how he knew about this party for Harvey Dent, but fuck it, he knows about it. He's there now.
Yeah,
Who gives a shit? Like, I don't know. He's
out of
just
fucking
rolling in.
nowhere. Yeah, literally.
He has some spy. I don't fucking know.
Yeah,
who knows?
literally. This is what I'm saying though, where it's like, I know everyone praises it. It's like, oh my god, best thing since sliced bread. Which, you know, again, it's not that it's bad. It's still good, but it's not as good as Batman Begins because of all the inconsistencies, it's all of them all the time. So
I guess it depends what it is you're trying to say makes something good. Because if a film being completely consistent within its story makes it good, then you could have something that's like complete dog shit, but just as long as it's like consistent in its own story.
Well,
good.
obviously it needs a good, like, it needs a good story. It can't just be a shit one, you know what I mean? Or it can't just have shit actors in it, obviously. That's, you know, I thought that went without saying, really, but
no, but I think there is, like, a kind of, what you call it, like, there are levels to it. There are levels to, like, what makes something good or bad, and there is allowance. There are allowances you can make depending on how strong certain and what you weight. Like, you can weigh things differently to what you think makes something good, if that makes sense. Like, so for instance, you like the Bratz movies, which we will be covering on this channel at some point.
So excited.
Now, we all know that they're not good, right? But you know that you think they're good because you weigh the nostalgia value to them higher than how good they actually are as consistent stories or well put together or voice acted or whatever.
Listen,
right?
You have not seen them yet. You do not know the skill and the plot writing that went into those. Okay, just you wait. Just you wait.
You get what I'm saying, though, right? You get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
We weigh different things up when we're talking about what we think makes something good. So for me, like, even now that I'm seeing The Dark Knight differently with these flaws and these criticisms that you have pointed out and that has kind of made me see it differently, it still hasn't really changed, though, how well regarded and how good I think it is. I still think it's still really good, regardless. I can see the flaws and go, you know what? Those flaws exist. I accept it. It's still amazing. It's still really good. I don't give a shit. So for me, it's still like fine, basically. I know you had a different reaction. So like you think it's complete shit because of this, but like,
well, I thought the third one was complete shit. I don't think Dark Knight's complete shit because of it. I think it just massively disappointed me compared to, you know, the amount of hype it gets. That was that was my main point. Yeah, compared to the third one, yeah, Dark Knight's fine. We know there's no, you know.
So before we get into Dark Knight Rises, what would you rate Batman Begins and The Dark Knight? What would you rate them?
I would rate Batman Begins like a 9 out of 10, and I'd put The Dark Knight as like a 7.
7 out of 10 for Dark Knight. Wow. Yeah. Okay, because for me, I think I'd go 7 for Batman Begins and maybe 8.5 for Dark Knight.
Interesting.
And for the Dark Knight Rises,
that's like a solid 5 out of 10.
Yeah, it's pretty low. I'd probably say it's actually, yeah, maybe like a 5, 4 or 5. It's pretty bad.
Pretty.
So
terrible.
let's get into Dark Knight Rises.
Here we go. Here we fucking go, boys.
This movie is
dog shit.
Genuinely, like, when it came out, I was angry at this movie. Like,
yeah,
when it came out, it just pissed me off.
Yeah.
Because I felt like the first two movies were so good, and I was just like, yo,
I bet
Batman's
a lot of
on the
people
up and
felt
up.
cheated when they were
Well,
sat
you have
out
to
of the way.
remember, right? You have to remember, I grew up in a time where being a geek and being into comic books and stuff like that, right, was seen as a bad thing.
Yeah.
Right? It was not seen as a cool thing. It was not seen as like, oh, this is a quirky thing or whatever.
It
You
was
were
still
seen as a
kind of like
weirdo.
that when I was kind of the tail end, I guess, of that attitude when I was at school. But yeah, like it was way it was way worse when you were younger.
You were seen as a weirdo, basically. So things like Batman were starting to make, and like the original Spider-Man stuff, like were starting to make it cool. They were the beginnings of like it coming into the mainstream and people going, oh, this is kind of cool, actually.
Yeah.
And so for people like me, it was like, oh, now we've got these really cool Batman movies that everybody likes and everybody's loving it. Now we're the cool ones. We always loved Batman before you, you motherfucker. We're the cool ones now. You know shit about Batman. You don't know shit. Like we're the cool ones.
Yeah.
And then this movie comes out, and I'm like, what in the fuck is this shit?
Yeah.
Like they've ruined this trilogy with this one movie. Like, why have they done two really good movies and this really shit one?
We're gonna get bullied again now.
Yeah. They're gonna shove this movie in a fucking locker like they used to do to me.
And flush it down the toilet.
Yeah. So, like, let's get into why this movie is bad. So, how does one
quite articulate how bad this movie is?
It kind of starts off badly. It's kind of like the beginning of the movie is the sign of how bad it's going to be, right? Because you have this situation where these CIA guys, I think, have captured these terrorists and they're looking for Bane, and they've got them on this plane, and they're like trying to intimidate them and scare them into giving up information, right? So they put bags on their heads, and they're gonna throw them out. They're pretending they're gonna throw them out of a plane, right? And he's like, "Tell me where Bane is! Tell me where Bane is!" And he like shoots, but he's not actually shooting them.
Okay, Littlefinger, calm down.
Yeah, it's by Littlefinger from fucking Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
He's trying to be intimidating, and
slimy little toad.
and it's not working. And then like, as he's doing this thing, he's like putting them to one side. He's not actually killing them and throwing them out. He's putting them to one side. And then Bane actually points out, like, why would you shoot somebody before you throw them out of a plane? Just throw them out of a fucking plane, don't you? Like, what the fuck do you need to shoot them for? Like, it's fucking stupid. And then he's like, whoa, who's this? And then they take off. Because he says, like,
everyone's got bags on their heads.
Why are you shooting them?
The voice is, oh my god, it was so fuck-ass.
And then he pulls off the bag. But this raises an important question straight off the bat. They put the bags on their heads.
That's true. That's a true fact.
How did they not know they'd already caught Bane? How did they not even know that? Like, they literally had the bags. They put the bags on their fucking head.
Yeah.
Like, it's
Bane's hardly an anonymous character. He's got a fucking gas mask on.
He's got like a big mask thing on his... Yeah, very distinctive looking.
When he's like, why would you shoot somebody and then throw them out of a plane? Why you should just shoot them out of the plane?
that in of itself is just that kind of retarded decision, that kind of retarded, like, not thinking about the implication of what that is and how stupid that makes the whole scene. It like that is kind of throughout the entire movie is that
literally
kind of thing.
Yeah. It's a fucking joke. It really is.
So I'm not going to go through all the plot of the movie because it's
too fuck-ass. It's too messy. We don't want to subject you guys.
Everyone's already seen it. We don't need to go through the whole plot. But basically, there's just too much going on. This is like the big problem with the movie is there's too much going on and all of it's stupid.
Yeah.
Like none of it makes any real sense.
Exactly.
Like you've got this woman who comes out of the woodwork who's like, I'm an eco warrior and I love green energy and I
love net zero in 2012. This is the start of net zero.
Magically developed this nuclear energy that's gonna power the city and all this stuff, right? And she's like, again, like this all just gets mentioned. It doesn't get like introduced very well at all. Like any of this stuff.
It's fleeting comments everywhere that if you miss them,
Yeah.
by the time it becomes an actual plot point, you're like, how the fuck did we get here?
yeah. Like where did this even come from? Like if you blinked, you could have missed it.
Exactly.
They were promised.
Yeah. Which is not how you do a plot point.
Yeah, it was like really stupid, but like she wants this thing, and then she sleeps with Bruce Wayne. She like cooks up this whole thing where she's like, I'm gonna lead him on.
Yeah.
I'm gonna lead him on and like make him fall in love with me a bit. Or
Wasn't I correct when this was happening? I was like, this is manipulative. She's being a bitch now. This isn't good. Because he's all getting emotional over his dead parents. And then she just kisses him. And I'm like, this is wrong. This is bad. She's being manipulative. She's taking advantage of him.
But hold on. Because it's even stupider than that. Because like, let's just break it down a second, right? It turns out this woman is Ra's al Ghul's daughter.
Yeah.
Right? And
that's true.
And she's getting revenge for her dad being killed by Batman, right?
Even though we find out he lives on in the Force.
So she sleeps with him. She could have killed him then.
Literally.
She already knew.
She could have snapped his dick off. Anything, please.
She already knew. Even when she was coming to him for the nuclear thing, she already knew he was Batman.
Yeah.
At that point. Yeah. She could have fucking killed him when they had sex. She'd fall asleep, slit his throat, whatever. She could have done anything to him. She could have kidnapped him, tortured him, whatever. But instead, they do this convoluted thing where they take out the nuclear core. They save this guy from the plane who's a nuclear physicist guy who can fucking blow up this thing. Bring him there to blow it up. Then they kill him. Then they get this thing with Bruce Wayne. They just fucking have sex with him and shit. And then they like
they all have sex with him. Every single one.
Then they get this bomb and drive it around Gotham for. Then they do explosive concrete and shit everywhere. Like whatever the fuck that was about.
Yeah.
And then
it was so.
And then they drive it around for 6 months. They put Batman in a fucking prison that he can break out of. It's just like, what is
climbing
this
out of a fucking well?
The whole thing is fucking dumb as shit. It's
so
completely dumb as shit. Yeah. Like there's just.
They try and make out that Bane was Ra's al Ghul's son or whatever, and he climbed out of the prison, but then it turns out it was the woman.
Yeah, it was her all along.
Oh my god.
It's like, what is the point of Bane? What was the point of Bane being the villain the whole time? He just at the last quarter of the movie, he just becomes like nothing. He just gets blasted by Catwoman. He's dead, and that's it.
Yeah, exactly.
Like it's like nobody gives a fuck about him after that. It's just like, what the fuck?
It's all about this woman who raped Batman. Listen, and like I say, I was right when that scene happened, and they were in the house because Bruce Wayne just lost all his money, but they let him keep the house, and they're there, they're having the moment of the dead parents, and then she's like, "Oh my god, that's so sad," and then kisses him, and I'm like, "That's rapey behavior. I don't like this. This is not good. She's taking advantage of him," and you're like, ha ha ha, I think you're reading too much into this. Flash forward until the end when she goes, "Actually, I was the villain," and I'm like, ha ha, I told you she was the villain. I told you she was the naughty woman. I was vindicated in that moment. I was like, never deny a woman's intuition on these things. We are always correct.
Well, I'd forgotten about it because I haven't watched the movie for a long time because it pissed me off.
Yeah.
So I never really watched it again, and it pissed me off even more this time because it's just like, it is just genuinely so bad. There's like loads of other details as well that are just like, what the fuck? Like, so for instance, when this bomb is about to go off, they've got 12 hours left before it goes off. And during that time, Batman decides he's going to put a fire signal on the side of a building and gasoline. How many hours that took him to do, I don't know.
I know.
But like, how have you got the time to be doing all that? Like, what's the point in that? Like, that is
so bad, so pointless.
There's literally a nuclear bomb could be going off any minute, and you're
painting with gasoline fire. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
To do what? Like,
He's
what
doing
is even
fire
the point?
Graffiti on the side of
other than
Empire
for the
State Building.
movie.
Yeah.
Other than the movie for a cool shot, like, wow, that's cool. There's the fire Batman signal. Wow, that's cool. Cool
But in
shot,
terms
guys.
of the plot consistency, it makes absolutely fucking no sense and is actually incredibly dumb. Yeah.
It's so dumb. Like the whole thing with sending all the police down into the sewers for whatever reason to go
And
get
then just
Bane. It's
fucking
like, why
leaving
did they
them
send...
there for 3 months.
But no, that's because they collapsed the tunnels. But why
Yeah.
would you send all the police down there? It's just like,
Oh yeah, because they were like,
what is
all the
wrong with
city's
you guys?
police are in there. And it's like, why the hell would you do that? Why would you risk the entire force? Fucking hi ho, off to where you go into the fucking tunnels. Like, why would you do that?
It's so stupid. There's like thing after thing just like gets to you, like where it's just like, what is even happening here? Like the action scenes are completely fucking retarded as well. Like there's Batman, the way he fights, right? You don't really see it as much in the first two. He is doing the same style, but because the way they edit it and do it, it doesn't really look so bad. But when you see it in the third one, he's coming up to him going like, with his elbow, like doing all this elbow stuff. And it's like, what are you doing coming up to him like this? Like that's not how you fucking fight people.
Elbow
like what
fight,
is
elbow fight.
it looks dumb. And then you get loads
so
of bits
bad.
with Bane fighting people, and he's doing like these weird moves where he gets some guy by the head, he goes, whoopee, and he's like doing like these moves where it looks clearly dead fake, and it just does not look good at all.
Literally.
Like the way they shoot the action scenes in this movie is just genuinely bad. Like it looks awful.
Literally. Yeah.
And then also Robin in it, like fucking.
Oh my god, what was the point of that? Really? If they weren't gonna do any more movies, because Batman fucking dies at the end of it. Not spoilers, but it's like, you know, Batman fucking dies at the end of it. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, use your real name, Robin. And it's like, well, what's the fucking point of that if you're not going to have Batman and Robin after?
There's so much wrong with this because, first of all, Robin's name is not actually Robin.
It's fucking Dick something. Yeah.
Yeah, it's Dick Grayson, Richard Grayson. That's the original one. They could have had another Robin from down the line, but even then, a different Robin from down the line, it still has a different name. He's not Robin. Like, okay, none of the Robins that have ever existed in the comic books have ever had the name Robin as like a real name, right?
That's an alias. Like
the reveal that at the end where it's like, yo, you could use your legal name, Robin. That's a nice name, Robin. And it's like, why is this the reveal? Like what? And then he like goes down into the Batcave and everything. But it's like, what's the point? It's like. He's not even Batman. Like Batman is like some ninja trained in the fucking Himalayan mountains.
He's a fucking Jedi ninja trained in the Force by Qui-Gon Jinn.
He's a billionaire with all these gadgets and shit. But then they're just gonna get this random police officer guy who what does he know what to do? I don't even know. He just knows to fucking shoot people.
He's just a kid with a car and a gun. Okay, that's all he is.
Like, what is he gonna do in the fucking as a Batman now? Like, what? I don't know, man.
And he's being mentored and led by fucking Dr. Brennan from Stranger Things, but the actor.
Just
so I was like, oh my god, it's one of the baddies from Stranger Things. You've not seen. This is one of the things he's not seen, by the way. He's not seen Stranger Things yet. So
I've not seen Stranger Things. We will
be watching that.
I have a feeling I might be a bit like Anna with Stranger Things, but like I might not in. I feel like I'm not going to enjoy it, basically. I feel like I'm going to have a hard time with it.
You will enjoy it. You will thoroughly enjoy yourself. It's very, very good.
But yeah, there's just so much shit in this movie, man. There's so much fucking shit that's just so stupid.
Yeah. And the main one being fucking Bane's voice. I mean, the amount so much like cringy ass fuck ass dialogue they gave him, and it's just the voice. Especially, I could not hold myself together when it was him and Batman together, like, and they were both doing their fuck ass voices. I was like, this is just the battle of the silly voices.
Looking like this. How you doing here, babe? You're from the League of Shadows. He kicks you out. And then Bane's like, I am the League of Shadows. What are these fucking voices, man? This is stupid. It takes you out of it so much. Like the Batman voice it's not too bad. I feel like you can
I feel
like
meme culture has ruined it even more for people, because as soon as you hear like I'm Batman, you just think, oh my god, it's the memes everywhere. So I feel like that was just what I was like, I can't take him seriously when he's doing that fucking stuff. But I feel like in the third one, there was a lot of times where he was like doing it more than he was in the first two, like really exaggerating it.
He definitely goes, he gets deeper into the voice. Like,
yeah, and it's like, mate, just stop.
What are you gonna do? He's like getting really like, I don't know, just really exaggerated in the first movie.
Oh god.
Silly, you gotta take the girl.
Yes. That.
I don't know, man. It's just there's like so fucking like there's just so much needless shit. It would have been right. Bane, right, in the comics, he has that mask and stuff on because he has like this steroid stuff. I think it's called Venom or whatever, right?
Okay. Very appropriate for Tom Hardy, but yeah.
I know, yeah, weirdly. Yeah. But like he it like makes him like all muscly and super strong. He's basically a bit like the Hulk, Bane.
He's Popeye and the Hulk at the same time.
But he is also smart. He is like a smart guy. Like in the movie ages ago when they had Bane with Poison Ivy, he was just like a side character, and he didn't even talk. He was just like, "Oh, Bane, man." Like, he didn't really do anything. But in the comics, he is like, in the comics, he's actually a smart guy. So they did actually bring that side of Bane into it, which was interesting.
If you could get past his fuck-ass voice.
Yeah. But wouldn't even mind the voice if they did something cool with him. Like, they didn't really do anything with his character. Like, what is he really?
Because his whole plot turned out to just kind of be a lie. Because the whole thing was like, he was this kid that was born in this prison, and then he was the first one to get out. And then it turns out that was not the case. So, and then it turns out he was in the prison, but he was a friend of the woman.
Yeah.
And he got his face like fucked up, and that's why he wears the mask or something. They did some fucking.
Well, he wasn't trained by Ra's al Ghul. He wasn't
exactly
part of the League of Shadows. He wasn't any of that shit.
Exactly.
I know. Why is he so strong for whatever reason? He's just randomly really strong. He
is Tom Hardy, but yeah, also just fucking.
No, but he's like punching a fucking concrete fucking column, and he just starts punching it through like bow, like smashing it, and like it's just like that's like super strength. Like if you got punched by that, that's like worse than a sledgehammer. Like a sledgehammer wouldn't even break a column like that if you swung it at full force.
Literally.
Like it's like wow, that is crazy strong for just your fucking fist, and he picks Batman up and just breaks his back and all that shit.
Yeah, I know. He literally just fucking breaks on his knee. Like what the hell?
It's like this guy is insanely strong. Like, so he's got super strength. He's got the super strength of Bane, but it's not explained how he has this strength. He just has it.
Yeah.
Randomly, like there's no like, and then you don't explain why he wears this mask other than his face got fucked up after he saved the girl. But like, it doesn't. It's just none of it is fucking explained. Like, it's just like you say, it's just a dead end. It's like a dud. It's like Bane is like a bait and switch of a character. He's like built up to be something, and it turns out actually he's nothing. He's got nothing
he's actually
to him.
Nothing. He's just some guy with a mask who's super strong with a fuck ass voice, and that's it. That's literally his entire character in the end. There was no point to him at all. Although to be fair, I will say a similar thing about like why was Catwoman there? And this is a big criticism I had of the films overall was why are they shoving romance in there if they don't want to do it properly? Like that Rachel character could not give a shit about her. There was no chemistry, no nothing, to the point where it was making me angry. Even when she in the second one, when she was with Harvey, I was like, I'm feeling nothing. I'm feeling fucking nothing, guys. And when she's done, she's written that letter to Alfred saying like, I'm gonna marry Harvey, and maybe if someday you could not be Batman anymore, maybe we could be together, blah blah blah. And it's like just shut the fuck up, and that's after she's dead, and I'm like, good, because I didn't fucking care about you anyway. It was very annoying. But then they had Catwoman in the end. Like, listen, all credits Anne Hathaway. 2012 was a very big year for her. She did Batman. She was Catwoman in Batman, and she was in Les Mis as well, the movie. So she did very well. But and I feel like if she had a little bit more of like a solid sort of storyline as Catwoman, maybe they could have like fucked off Bane and just had like a Catwoman movie. Or maybe Christopher Nolan didn't want to step on Tim Burton's toes. I don't know. But like maybe that's what it was. But I feel like she could have had so much more potential with her, because I feel like her portrayal was pretty solid. But I just felt like she was just kind of there, like, oh, we get a Catwoman in this movie. That's nice. It's Anne Hathaway. Big whoop. Everyone fancies her, you know? But it is what it is. But, like, you know, that's kind of, you know, and obviously there was, like, these random moments where they're kissing in the middle of a crisis, and it's like, guys, this is not the time, nor the place, nor the...
Yeah. There's literally 2 minutes left on the bomb to blow up, and they stop for a quick snog.
Yeah, literally.
And then also, Gordon's there, right? Yeah. And Gordon's like, "Who are you?" And then he's like, "What did he say?" He says something like, "I'm the little boy that you gave a coat to."
Yeah, that you gave a coat to.
He's like, "Why?"
And he's like, "Bruce Wayne." Then he realizes because
oh yeah, that was it. He was like, "You once gave a coat to a young boy who just lost his parents." And he's like, Bruce Wayne?
Yeah. Because he's like, the last one to figure it out. Fucking Morgan Freeman had figured it out. Everyone else had figured it out before Sirius Black. He was the last one to figure it out.
Even the random cop figured it out.
Literally. Even fucking
He literally saw him for 2 minutes at an orphanage once.
Yeah.
And went, oh, he's the guy. He's the guy. He's like, he give me a look. He's giving me a look that I can somehow tell now from this look that he must be Batman. It's got to be him. To be fair, though,
child intuition. That's
to be fair, though, I mean, how could nobody put this together? Like, Batman's riding around in this huge tank thing. He's got motorbikes that are just like futuristic as shit. He's got
the bike was
fucking
cool.
battle suit that's probably worth like hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
It's like, who else is this gonna be? Seriously, other than the richest guy in the city. Like,
you're telling me everybody was fooled by that fuck ass I'm Batman voice. Like, please.
It's like another reason why you could figure it out is that when Batman disappears at the end of the Dark Knight, because they're like hunting him down.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he doesn't actually die. He just appears at the end. Yeah.
No, in the Dark Knight, not Dark Knight Rises.
Oh,
Dark Knight.
Right. Yeah.
So at the end of Dark Knight, he takes the fall for Harvey Dent's murder, for his death.
Yeah.
And goes, "Oh, I killed him. Send him after me or whatever, right?" So that people don't learn about Harvey Dent being Two-Face or whatever.
Yeah.
And then he disappears for 8 years, right? So he disappears, but so does Bruce Wayne. Bruce Wayne disappears for the same amount of time as Batman does. Yeah. Nobody turns around and goes,
"This is a coincidence."
Like, how did Bruce Wayne get all these injuries? They're pretty gnarly. How did he get all those? Like, nobody puts this together. There's another thing. I'm going to wind it back a second to some of the other stupid stuff, because there's loads of little... There's just so much. Loads of it is dumb. There's another bit where early on in the movie, when he's coming back as Batman, right? He's like, I haven't been Batman for years, but this bitch stole my mother's pearl, so I'm going to go beat the shit out of her.
Because I hit women now.
So he's like, I got to go get my pearls back. And then he goes and sorts this stuff out, and he gets these like leg brace things that like sort his knees out because he's got no knees left or whatever from doing all Batman stuff.
He's got no cartilage left,
And he turns around, does like a kick, and he just kicks it. He just breaks this wall. Yeah, he just shatters these bricks, right? Which doesn't break his foot or anything like that, but whatever.
It doesn't injure his leg, nothing.
The idea is his kick. He's probably got him on his arms and stuff, but this stuff is like making him super strong because it's like an exoskeleton or whatever, right? It's like making him stronger than he would be normally.
Yeah.
So the idea is he has this stuff before he fights Bane, but then he fights Bane, and he's just like it's like when you're fighting in a dream and you can't hit him, you're just going. Just like touching him. He's not even doing anything to him. But then at the end of the movie, after Bane's broken his back and he's had to fucking climb out of a fucking prison or whatever the fuck, somehow he comes back and he's wearing this stuff and he's just beating the shit out of him. Like, how is this working? It's just really, I don't know, man. There's just so much shit that is just so stupid. It's just so stupid. Every moment, from moment to moment to moment, there is just something you can look at and just go, why is this happening?
Yeah.
Like, why did that woman become the bad guy? Why didn't she kill him before? Why is they doing this fuck-ass fucking plan that doesn't make any sense? Like, none of it, like, I mean, you look at Christopher Nolan, you just think, why? What is going on with you? You seem to be able to make good movies, but then why is this one so fucking bad?
I know.
Like,
well, I said that the third Batman movie is the Odyssey out of the Batman movies. Because obviously that had many problems.
I don't even think the Odyssey is as bad as that.
No,
personally.
That's true.
I think that's much
I
worse.
Agree. I agree. Yeah, I definitely agree. But yeah, like Christopher Nolan's a weird one because he can make like really good movies, but he can also make really bad movies. And when he does bad movies, he does them bad. He does them really, really bad.
It could have been cool if we had Bane's coming back as the new leader of the League of Shadows, and he is, fucking over the city, and he is trying to do what Ra's al Ghul was trying to do in the first one and destroy Gotham and all this stuff. But first, he wants to kill Batman, and he's kind of fucking up Gotham as he goes. He's maybe taking out or making under control some of these like gangs and stuff and organized crime. He's putting them under his control, and he's organizing them into like one big crime thing, and kind of taking over the city. And it's overwhelming Batman because he can't deal with just how much of shit, and they're all targeting him now. They're not all just different crime families fighting each other and doing their own thing, and he's fighting them. They're all joined together and fighting him now.
Yeah.
So he's
literally.
he's kind of dealing with that. That's how he then gets Robin, and Robin comes to help him, and then we get the story of Robin in this one. Fuck it, we can start him off as a police officer, and he's Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and then he brings him in, and he's like, he has that conversation with him. He has that conversation where it's like, you came to the orphanage, and I knew you was the Batman when I first saw you. You gave me the awful look. You gave me the look, and
he doesn't
and so
sound
he starts.
like
He's just like a New York accent, but anyway, he's he. They have that conversation. He's like, "Oh, so I'm Batman? Well, fuck it. Maybe you can help me.
Maybe you should be with me.
Because I'm getting seriously fucked over by Bane and all this shit right now. It's getting really tough. I've only got Gordon." And he's like, "Okay, fuck it, I'll try and help you." And then he gives him some gadgets, gets him into being Robin. He trains him up a bit or something.
Yeah.
Do a little montage. Do a little training montage where they train him up, and then
we love a montage. We love a montage.
And then they're like, "Okay, now that the both of us are fighting again, like we can go and take out Bane." And then Bane's like got some steroid shit that he uses, and like there's a big showdown, and they both fight Bane, and Bane's really strong. They got to do some shit. Maybe they got to use a special gadget or something. I don't fucking know. Whatever the fuck. Maybe they switch his steroids with like a sedative or something. I don't know. I feel like they just tried to do way too much shit with it. They needed to simplify it down.
Yeah.
Focus on one villain. Maybe you could have some supplementary villains in there as well. Depends how you write it, but I feel like they just needed to scale it back. They were just throwing everything at it. Just everything. And it just wasn't... None of it was sticking.
No.
Throwing everything small, none of it stuck. It was all shit.
Yeah.
All shit.
Yeah, I agree, especially with the third one. Like they were literally just trying to throw everything they possibly could at it. Every character they possibly could, just to go in, everyone, in you go. And it's like when they sent the police officers into the tunnel. That's what they were doing with characters in this movie. Like, go go, Catwoman, Bane, Scarecrow's in it again, go, go, go. Like, that's literally what they were trying to do. And yeah, it was just bizarre. It just didn't work. Did not work at all. It was weird. It was not immersive at all. The action scenes were terrible. It was just not good. Not good.
Yeah, the whole thing sucked. And then Batman, the ending was kind of retarded. It's like, he flies off with the nuclear bomb. It blows up. Everyone thinks he's dead, but he's not
right
dead.
At the end, Alfred goes to try and find a tangerine, and then ends up seeing Batman with Catwoman, because apparently they just ran away together.
With a Catwoman the size of a tangerine.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the whole thing is stupid because he says to Batman earlier in the movie, he's like, "Oh, I want you to." At first, he seems to kind of want him to be Batman a little bit or whatever, but then he becomes Batman. He's like, "No, I don't like this anymore. You're gonna die and stuff. I don't want you to."
I buried enough weird people, and then
I don't want you to die because I fucking love you, don't I?
I'm Michael Caine, and I can't get over why I got the accent no matter what I do.
You fucking can't, you. And then he's like, I don't know, man. Alfred's character in this doesn't even feel like Alfred, to be honest with you. He's just
didn't in the first movie, but then again,
no, he did. Even in the second one, he felt fine, but in this one, it's just like he's just there crying all the time. He's like, "Oh, don't be Batman." It's like, what are you on about? Like, Alfred's there to aid Batman, even if he's worried about him. He's there to be like, okay, if you're gonna do this, I'll back you up somehow. Like, I'll be there. I'll be your guy in the cave, telling you what's going on or whatever the fuck. Right? He's like the right-hand man, but in this one he's just crying all day, and he's like, I dream one day that I'm gonna see you at a fucking pub down in fucking Italy somewhere, and I see you across the road, and you over there with some fucking bird, and you know what I mean, you're fucking loving it, like, you're fucking having it.
It takes the size of tangerines.
It's the size of fucking tangerine. You fucking can. He's just like... And he's just saying all that, and it's just like it's clearly setting up the ending already. Literally. But it's just it's like how I was listening to a podcast earlier, and they pointed out, but it is genuinely like that is so specific. Everything he says is like ridiculously specific.
Yeah, literally.
And it's just like, of course, it's basically like you just told him. You basically just told him like, I want you to go to this address on this date.
Yeah.
And
so I can see you with some woman.
Yeah, and then he does it, and he's like, ah. But but it's like, you think like, how is he not like upset as well? Like he's just like, he thought he was dead. I mean, he left because he thought Batman was gonna die. He thought Batman was gonna die doing all this stuff, and then everyone thinks he's dead. He's blown up. The whole thing's blown up. So he's gone off to Italy, going, oh, he did die. There was even that scene with him at the end with the gravestone. Next to his mum and dad. So he's like, I failed you. I fucking failed you. Oh, bloody hell. Fucking, I couldn't fucking save him, could I? And then he goes off to Italy. Yeah. And then he goes off to fucking Italy. Yeah. And then Batman's there. Just chilling, having a...
With Catwoman, yeah, I know, yeah.
Like living it up, and then he's just like, oh no, he's alright, yeah, not nice. Like he's not even mad about it. He's not even like, I can't believe, or crying, or like, oh my god, I can't believe you're alive. Like there's nothing, there's no reaction. He's just like, oh okay, hello.
I know, just as I dreamt.
Oh, he's lovely. Oh, he's
just as the angel predicted.
It's just, I don't know, man. The payoff. So I remember when I first saw it, I was just like, "That's dumb," and like, it's just the payoff is just not there. It's just so.
It's really not.
that could have potentially worked again if not everything else in the movie was so fucking dumb and jumbled up and just didn't make any sense. That could have potentially worked. That ending could have worked on some level, but it just with everything else thrown in, it just made it like it almost felt like an
It
insult.
let
It
down
was
the
just like,
franchise massively, considering where they
yeah, yeah,
started, and obviously with Dark Knight and Heath Ledger and the legacy that carried. Yeah, they just ruined it with the last one. They really did.
yeah. It was genuinely bad. So yeah, I think we've said everything we can really
Yeah.
say about this movie. There's just so much fucking crap in it, and it really lets down
Yeah,
the trilogy, like you
it
say,
does.
just lets it down totally. I do think that apparently before Heath Ledger passed away, I think he was written in to be in the movie. I think it was going to be Joker was going to be part of it, or like a
Okay.
main feature of that movie
That's
with other
interesting.
villains. I don't know if it was going to be Bane or what. I don't know who the other villains were going to be, um, but obviously because he passed away, they had to rewrite it and redo it. I don't know if that's partly why it became such a shitty movie or not.
Maybe.
But I
I
still
wouldn't be
feel like
surprised.
with the villains that they had and the characters they had left to work with, there was plenty
There
they
was
could have
plenty of
done with it.
room, yeah, for them to
Yeah,
have made a
plenty
good
they could have
one.
done.
Yeah. They just
Yeah,
they just
it
didn't.
just fucking sucked, man. Like it
So
just
bad.
really sucked.
So bad.
Um, so yeah, I think there's probably like a 4 or 5 rating.
Definitely.
It's out
Same.
of 10. It's
I
ju-
would
it
agree with you on that.
Yeah, it's really like weak as hell. It's lucky that the first two are so good because those two movies alone kind of do beat out the Marvel franchise in general of just how good they are. Like
True.
most,
Yeah.
none of the Marvel movies can touch those two movies.
True. I agree.
But I will say, in terms of the volume of like how many good Marvel movies there are compared to how many good DC movies there are, there's more good Marvel movies than there is good DC
Yeah,
movies.
that's true.
But the good DC movies are better than anything Marvel have ever done.
Yeah.
So it's kind of weird how that works, but that's just how it
Yeah.
works, guys. That's
We
just how
love
it is.
both of them, but the facts are the facts, okay?
The facts are the facts, guys.
Facts are the facts.
But I think in the next one, we'll kind of cap off the Batman saga. We'll do because I was going to do Superman, the Man of Steel stuff after this, but I think we'll wait a little bit. We'll do Batman first. We'll do Mask of the Phantasm.
Mhm.
We'll review that, and we'll review The Batman with Robert Pattinson as well,
Yes, we will.
because there will be a Batman sequel to that as well coming up. I don't know if it'll be this year. It'll probably be next year or the year
Probably, because I
after.
haven't seen anything about that yet.
Yeah, but they're definitely working on a sequel. I'm sure
Yeah.
of that. Um, but um, but we'll cover those two as well because I think those two they're some of the most well-regarded Batman media as well.
Yeah.
So we've had Batman Begins and Dark Knight. I think they're probably the most well-regarded in
Yeah.
general. And then Mask of the Phantasm is also up there. That's like a big one for a lot of fans of Batman. And we've watched a few episodes together of the animated series just because
Yeah.
I've been watching it, been on a bit of a Batman kick. And the music is just insanely good.
Yeah.
Voice acting is just incredible. Loving it. So
And
we'll watch
obviously,
Mask of the
with me
Phantasm.
being Gen Z and not a 90s kid, I had not watched any of them until the other
Yeah, I'm
day.
not even sure you knew it existed.
Well, no, I knew it existed because I'd seen the clips of Mark Hamill doing his voice for Joker.
Doing the Joker in it. Yeah.
So I knew that it existed.
Yeah.
And the image of him stood on the building from like the intro, like I knew that, like because that's
Yeah.
a bit of a meme.
Yeah.
Or at least it was a few years ago, and yeah, so I kind of knew it existed vaguely in my mind, but it was not something I was familiar with as a kid, just because it wasn't. Don't think it was even on.
Yeah.
When I was
Yeah,
a
fair
kid.
enough. Yeah, they did stop doing repeats of it a long time ago, but yeah, I think it's a pretty decent product. I mean, there's a lot of because there's so many episodes of it. It's like 120 odd episodes of it. There's a lot of them that are just like week to week episodes, but there is like a kind of core story that it does follow that I think is pretty good. But we don't need to watch all that. We'll just do Mask of the Phantasm, and you'll get to see like what the quintessential animated Batman that everybody loves. That's like the movie version of it.
Yes.
And then the Batman is just Robert Pattinson's. This is the new version. And personally, I think they took it in a pretty good direction. I won't say too much about it because I don't want to spoil anything for you about it. But
I want to see Cedric as Batman. Okay, that's what I want to see.
Cedric Diggory.
I want to see.
I think
it's Cedric all the
way. They bring Batman back to its roots. Really, that's what it feels like. It's more of a detective interrogating the bad guys, like piecing a plot together. You know, crime people and stuff. It's more kind of, being involved with the police and shit. It's kind of more like that. I'm not going to say it's a perfect movie, but I do think it is a decent Batman movie, generally speaking. And the villain in that is the Riddler.
Nice.
Who was previously done by Jim Carrey.
Yeah, which is a movie. To be fair, I always say that I've seen that one, but I'm not even sure if I saw the whole thing. I think I might have done, but I was a child. I barely remember. I think it was on at like Christmas at one point. I don't know. It was just on, and I happened to see a bit of it, and that was that. I don't. So.
Yeah, those movies are kind of weird because the old Batman ones, the Tim Burton ones, and then the other two, they make a kind of 4-movie thing. But the last two with the Riddler and what was the one with Arnold Schwarzenegger? The one with the Iceman. What is his name? He's not the Iceman. Dr. Freeze. I can't remember his fucking name. Anyway, those two movies feel a lot like the 60s Batman. It almost feels like a homage. It almost feels like a homage to that because they're so goofy and off the wall, silly, and it's kind of like very odd because the first two with Tim Burton, there is definitely some goofy moments to those movies for sure, but they still have quite a fairly serious and dark tone to them, whereas the other two don't. They're like very cartoony.
Okay.
Really.
Yeah.
Very cartoony.
Yeah. Which makes
style.
sense for Jim Carrey, I guess. I mean, as far as I can remember from when I watched it years and years ago, obviously he's a very goofy guy, and yeah, he was definitely. I mean, I suppose out of all the characters, if you're gonna be that kind of sort of goofy, like the Riddler's the best one to cast someone like that.
Yeah, Riddler or Joker, but Jack Nicholson did the Joker originally. He did a pretty good job with it. But his take on the Joker is very different to, say, someone like Heath Ledger. And then there's Jared Leto's version of it. But we're not going to watch Suicide Squad. I'm not going to put us through that.
I did watch the Birds of Prey Harley Quinn film when I think not long after that came out in 2019, and I enjoyed it. But I was like 18 or 19. I didn't really understand much of what was going on. I was just like, yay, badass woman, I guess. I don't know. I've grown up a lot since then.
I watched it, so I don't really know, but it didn't get very good reviews. Let's just say that. All right. Well, anyway, let's leave it there. Yes. I think we've said everything we can say about this. But next time we'll do Masked Phantasm and we'll do the Batman as well, and then we'll just cap off this Batman kick, and then we'll move on to the Superman movies, and we'll get those down.
Yes.
Definitely. All right, sweet. Thanks very much for tuning in, guys.
Yeah, thank you very much for watching.
See you next time.
As always, like and subscribe. Leave all of your rants and everything in the comments. We would love to know all of your lovely criticisms, if there are any, in the comments. And yeah, we will see you all in the next one.